Peace and love, collective. How y'all doing? I look tired, y'all. I know. I ain't get the proper amount of sleep last night. So if I look a little rough, I take that. I'll take it. But let's get this quick message, all right, y'all? Y'all know I be having to bring my cars with me. Wherever I go, my cars go. Y'all the ones that know, they know. Y'all know where I go. Like, my cars be my friends. Like, when I don't want to be bothered you if I be in the corner somewhere. But I had to be careful with that, y'all. Because I had this one job or whatever. And it ain't had nothing to do with their facility or nothing. I'm on my break. You know, I just did my, just did like an update on the YouTube or whatever. But I'm like, be careful with that. People will be thinking like you trying to use their stuff and you don't even know the folks. I was looking at it. It was crazy because I was going back into my old videos. And so many names came up. Names of people like I had just met. But I had already said the names. You get what I'm saying? In my previous videos. But when I started at this new place or whatever, majority of them people names, you know, people common names. But you don't know. That's why I don't even be telling nobody, oh, follow me or that. You don't know because people get all in their feelings. I don't even know you. I just met you. So you go and find my social media and you hear your name from 3-4 months ago and I just met you today. So how that add up? They, like, certain people be waiting on the problem, collective. Let them get their laugh. You know, laughter is the best medicine. But that was a lesson for me. That was a lesson for me. I'm like, oh, okay, I see how y'all get down. Like, and then these phones, you could be sitting to one person and, like, one of my clients, one of my clients, her son text her like a funny song or something like that. 2 seconds later, it pops up on my phone. I'm like, y'all in this damn technology, AI, selling cookies, whatever y'all doing too much. You get what I'm saying? So you don't know who feels some type of way though, collective. But yeah, it be phones and people be eavesdropping, doing their own little thing. But that was just a wake up call for me. I'm in a whole nother assignment. I ain't never met you. So I don't even be telling nobody, oh, my social. If you come across it, you come across it. But then people get all in their feelings and be trying to mimic and mock and leave the drama at home. That's why I chose Entrepreneurship Collective. I mean, like, I salute to my real entrepreneurs, the ones that know it ain't easy. You know, you can go months without getting nothing. You know, see, jobs more secure because you know it's secure. If you go, you're going to get paid. But when you step out there and you got the entrepreneur spirit, shit, your contracts and stuff might be held up for months, for years, depending on what you do. You get what I'm saying? But I seen that, and it's just like being free and just sharing your daily. You know, these corporations and people, man, collective, I'm telling y'all, this supposed to have been a reading, but it turned to a vent session. But yeah, it was like things changed. Like I told y'all, like, I'm just getting my doors back open as far as my business or whatever. I'm just getting my clients back up, trying to get my rosters back up or whatever. And, but before that, y'all know, you know, shit, bills got to get paid. And hey, I ain't trying to get on E. So, unless I'm not trying to stop at a gas station, baby, because I'll pass a gas station in a minute until I get to somewhere that I feel safe. Okay, but anyways, to the ones in the back, it ain't never like that, baby. I'm a half gas if I ain't got nothing. You know, people don't even be paying attention to the message. They be picking the messiness. No, because if I know my city, I know what's a place to keep going until you get to the next but and then on some of these new cars, it give you a times up before you get on E. People be all in your videos paying attention to the wrong shit. But anyway, collective, y'all know I'm wondering. So what was I saying? Oh, y'all, I forgot. Yeah, the whole entrepreneur thing, y'all. I just did a mind fog. But yeah, the whole entrepreneur thing, the whole thing of, it's not laziness. It's about setting your own schedule. It's about, doing what you do, spending time with your family. You don't get all that. You got to ask other people, can you go and take time off and you do all that? And I'm not knocking no job, because anything, like I say, I'm going to always work. But trust and believe me, these businesses is going to still be up there. Things happen and you never know. You always, but I feel like, girl, going back into the work field collective, I feel like I was belittling myself. Like overqualified. Sometimes have you ever had to play along just to get along, play stupid? Play stupid just to get along. And that's what I started to feel. And it's like the medical field, they are younger. Nothing wrong with that. Because some young ones got it. They do it. There ain't nothing wrong with the age. But it's the immaturity of certain people. Not in the medical field, aviation. Whoever get these jobs, it's like, are you being forced to go, or are you there by choice? I don't like to work in no catty environment with catty women, no petty environments, power struggle. You about to go and fight and get records and get hurt for another person's business, for another person's establishment. If I'm be sitting up here, gotta watch my back. Y'all seen United Healthcare? If I got to be around here watching my back and ducking and dodging blows from hoes, it's going to be for me. I wouldn't be in there, be all up in somebody else's job, ready to fight and kill for their shit. They ain't about to do that for you. They going to have your job posted 22 days after your damn funeral, or maybe before your funeral, because they got to fill your schedule. Okay, and I'm not knocking, because I done had a chance to sit on both ends of entrepreneurship, being a business owner and being an employee. And like I said, I don't have a problem with working. If I get cases, I still do some of my cases. I don't have a problem with working, but it's a different thing when you're doing it for yourself, because what I started to know is these establishments so catty collective. People don't know how to divide what they going through at home and don't bring it into the workplace. Then they come in the workplace, be messy. You should know everybody's life and you ain't even been there. I don't even know these folks. You get what I'm saying? And you pick up on the energy with folks. You pick up on the energy. And I just be like, no, the best thing is for me is to run my own. And if I gotta work on the side to make things meet, so be it. Ain't no shame in my game. But trust and believe me, baby, signed, sealed, and delivered. I really felt that. Like when I went back into the work field, I really felt some type of way. I'm like, I felt like I was degrading myself, because I feel like I had to get along to get along. For one, y'all know certain places, medical field, they ain't paying nothing. Like in Texas, oh my God, y'all, oh my God. No shade, Texas, but y'all need to do, oh my goodness. Business on the business end, it don't make sense. They don't pay enough. Like if you, in my field, because I'm doing all my stuff state, I don't know which state I'm be at. I'm state hopping. City hopping. Whatever which way. But Texas don't pay enough. Texas, if you sitting on the end of the employer end, once if you contract, you ain't got nothing to pay your employees. And it's just like a whole lot of the shit you got to deal with in certain industry, it ain't worth it. You get bad enough, you all type of nigga bitches. You nigga bitches, and you this and you that, you get abused. They don't pay enough for the abuse. Like I was telling people, oh, you should go be this. No, I'm comfortable. I work with every title, running my own business, having my own agency. I work with from caregivers all the way up to doctors. I don't have to have that stress on my life. If my client don't like that doctor, we just have to find somebody else. You get what I'm saying? But I don't have to have that stress on my life. Not saying that I couldn't do it, but I never was interested in it. I like this side of the table. I'd rather, I don't mind going out there and have to do what I got to do, but I like the business end of it. You know, and when you step in certain fields, people feel like you're supposed to be there, Collective. When I first started my business, I seen that, like the caseworkers, certain people, it's like, I don't know, I don't think it was like, it was, not saying like you was just a creator or something, but it wasn't as popular, you know, when they start, you know, certain things. So I was coming up against people and they looking at me like, you know, and especially when they found out your age and certain things like what you do and certain stuff, it's like, I don't know if people get intimidated. But just because you run a business, that don't mean you rich. That's what people don't get. It don't work like that. You just you free spirit. Like you know, you can build around you. You can build around you. And that's my thing. You know, I'm not a lazy person. I do be a little late sometimes, you know, but I had to really get myself back in that rhythm. Shit, for years, I've been out here making my own schedule, doing what I do, you know, and having to go back to work for people, and they asked them, can I go on vacation? Like, it just put me in a whole different way. You know, it put me in a whole different way, but it just told me, like, my mom came to me, and I haven't dreamt of my mom in so long, you know, and she came to me like, I had to having a conversation with her, and it was just like, she's like, it was just like a confirmation. Like, you know what you're supposed to be doing. Don't let nobody try to bully you. Because my mama always told me, like, you know, I was never a punk. You get what I'm saying? I fight. No, hey, that was never it. But I always was sensitive. And I'm starting to see, like, it's me being an empath. I harness everybody else's energy. I ain't got no problems, but somebody else come and they got it, then I get to hearing their problems. You get what I'm saying? That's why I had to be strong. People don't know how much it took. Like how people done me, Collective. People don't know how much it took for me to get this thick skin. People don't know how much it took for me to get at peace. When you sit up here and just got this giving heart, I went into employers. I worked in jobs for years. I'm not a serial job hopper. If I go and work at a job, baby, if I put my energy into that job, I'm for that job. My longest job, I was there 10 plus years. I'm not no serial job person. You get what I'm saying? And whatever I do, I'm going to do my best at it. So it was like, when you start to see that you're not appreciated in people's company, why not build your own? When people can sit there and lie, and people will go call for recommendations, and people will lie, you don't got to deal with all that. People like, oh, when I go into a job, like I was looking, I tell them, yeah, I'm coming from entrepreneurship. I don't know if they believe, you know how people be, they ain't got no business, why they here? I know people that still work and got group homes and stuff. You get what I'm saying? But I done had people sit up there and, you know, within, like, that was my first, I only had a handful of jobs since I started my business, you know, and it was kind of through COVID and certain stuff. That kind of threw me off. Because I was debating, like, if I even wanted to deal with elders, you know, because it was just about grieving and healing and stuff. But it's like, these people, it done changed too much for me. It's too catty. You know, my child will be 20 years old. Okay? Before I go sit up in somebody's job, in which I don't mind nobody constructive criticism, but it's the way you talk to me. When you go and you don't own this company. You get what I'm saying? You work for this company. But you got people that get, like, I came up too many times with this ego tripping. You know, like 2 jobs, and I'm like, oh, okay, maybe it's me. Let me make sure it ain't me. You know what I'm saying? But then when you go in, I'm like, y'all even got videos on the stuff on YouTube. I say, it's really something called that. You know, I will never want nobody to feel, like I said, whoever that worked for me, I always gave them the opportunity. Hey, you know, I show you how to do your own thing. Like, make it make sense. Like, Collective, it's just, I can't do it, baby. You know, I have to have, like, different streams of income, you know, doing my own thing. And it was like with the scheduling thing. I can get up. I'm a prop person. I don't mind a 12-hour shift, you know. But it's like some of your clients that's used to you, they're like, oh, yeah, when you come, you know, whenever you come, you know. And it's just like a love thing. And it's like, I'm comfortable. I'm not going to say I'm just comfortable and I'm content. But I'm not going to fight for nobody else's family name. and mine left out here to dry to die. Hell no. I know I wasn't just put here to pay bills and die. You know, and I started seeing that when I first started off. I'm like, I was so happy. When I first started, I was so happy just to have my freedom. I'm like, oh, okay, that client, replace that client. Oh, I ain't got to push nobody. Okay. I was just so happy to be able to take my son to school, to his games, out of town. Ain't got to ask nobody much, you know? And I never tried to live above my means. When I'm a home owner. It may not be a mansion, but I ain't paying no rent every month. I don't have a mortgage. I don't have to pay nobody no office rent. And then I'm more in the nomad like living now. I literally got a suitcase. I like to travel. But when it come down to it, I have somewhere to lay my head. And I got somewhere to do business. You get what I'm saying? So it was like, what the best way, you know, what I do may sound crazy to folks. But I tell everybody, don't give up on your dreams or whatever it is. And be careful who you share it with. Because they'll steal it while you in the making of it. But things don't work out for people because they heart wasn't in it. Sometimes people just do stuff because they see other people doing it. But I don't know, collective. I hope I wasn't everywhere. But that was just I'm going to take y'all on a little day with me as I rebrand my business. I'm waiting on my advertising, my flyers and stuff, and my office, y'all. It's so cute. It's so little. It's a little house. When I fell in love with this house, which it was so much because it's where I grew up at. You get what I'm saying? But I'm not who I'm beefing with. If anybody got problems, shit, it was from high school, middle school shit. Look at y'all want to see? Oh my God, look, y'all, look, it's 2 cardinals. That's what I'm talking about. What's up, my birds? I be kicking it with birds. They always be telling me I'm on point, y'all. I want y'all to see it, but this side, I got to get these trees and stuff cut down, whatever. But it's 2 red cardinals right here. That's a good thing. But yeah, collective, I just feel like don't give up on yourself. You know, it's like the most that I made on my client, like the most that I ever made when I just doing private duty, because in home care we can wait on the read, y'all, depending on who y'all is and how y'all found me. Y'all know how it goes. But in home care, like I had private duty cases, I had different cases, I had you know, you just had different streams of income. Don't get focused on one thing, because the way that people do, they try to mess you over. You know, but if your heart is in something, God gonna always look out for you. God gonna always look out for you. I done had people do me wrong in these jobs, y'all. Oh, because I wear a scarf. For a minute, when I first started the airport, y'all, I was going through a spiritual cleansing and certain stuff. I was wrapping my hair. You know how you hear people talking shit? You don't say nothing about nobody else in their religion just because you knew, like, you didn't know what my belief system was. You get what I'm saying? I listen to my guys. When my guys tell me to cover my hair, I cover my hair. So for months, I was at this job and I just covered my head. You know how you just, like, people nitpick and stuff? And then it wasn't a whole covering. It was just something that I came up with and I was comfortable with. And it helped me. It helped me, because in the airport, do you know how many energies walking past you? And some in public, man, please, you got people from different countries, different walks of life, and you sensitive to certain things, and you going through certain things, and I listen to my guys. But I had people just in like, what is she? Why she got that? Why she always wearing a scarf? And then it was different colors. Y'all, I used to do different colors with my uniform, all that stuff. It was different colors and stuff. But that was just a part of my journey. I let people do what they do. You know, I just hate catty environments. Or people, and I'm like, I don't even, you know how people be like, oh, I'm a business, they get the boosting. I'm not a booster. You know, I'm not a booster. It's like, I don't mind constructive criticism. It's just how you say it. Just because you a lead or you a supervisor or you a manager or something, that don't mean nobody your children. I got a young adult. What I look like going and let somebody else talk to me like shit for a job and threaten me for a job? What? I'll go and create one, or I'll go find another one. But that's how I rock. That's how I rock. I sat back and I see people, and it didn't do nothing but give me pointers when I open these doors back. You get what I'm saying? People won't help you build your shit, but they'll be real quick to help you lose it. And I'm the queen of walking out. I ain't gonna say I walk out. I will get the hell on. Because you're not about to have me up in no cases because people not properly trained. I just sat back and peeped a whole lot of things from state to state. Some of them want to pay you, you're doing skilled work, but they paying you unskilled pay. I'm sitting up here doing all type of shit that I know I'm supposed to have license to do. But as long as you, depending on the place, you can work under certain nurses and certain things. You get what I'm saying? But you already know certain stuff. But you not about to sit up there and work me to death. I'm doing skilled work, but you paying me unskilled pay. I just started to see it like, and you see both ends of the table. You know how it go. You know how it go, baby. I had to do payroll. I had to give people checks. So I know, if you making this, what you really making? See, some of these people in this medical field, their heart don't be in it. That's why I be saying, it was one comedian, and he was like, oh, my stepdaddy. But he just like, when you work in a psych home, he do little Cena's jokes and stuff. And it was funny, but some of that stuff be like, you gotta think. Like, before you put your loved one in some of these facilities. Because some of them are put on a show. I done seen them. Oh, here come manager. And I done been in this field for a long time. I'm me. I'm going to be me. Love me or hate me. What you see is what you get. You get what I'm saying? I'm not the type of person. I done sit up here. These clients done. In Texas, client bit through my chest. You get what I'm saying? I'm new. You get what I'm saying? I ain't said, I don't neglect people. You know, because I won't want nobody to neglect my loved one. You know, I don't, certain stuff. And, it's just you gotta go through so much, and it's not worth it. You gotta go in and work in environments, catty environments, messy environments, and then you get paid nothing. So when I first started seeing that, I knew my end was the business end. I can't see it no other way. Cause if I'm gonna do anything, it's gonna go in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? It's going to go to me and my family. Why should you be out here keep on fighting for other people's name while yours being dragged through the mud? And that's how I felt in some of these jobs. I'm sitting up here fighting for, not really fighting, sitting up here keeping your business going for you and your family. That's your name. If I'm going to go in full throttle for anything, it's going to be for my name. That's how I look at it. And it's like, once you see certain things, you cannot see it, collective. That's how I feel when it came to my spiritual awakening and me far as the entrepreneur, waking up far as entrepreneurship. That's a spiritual awakening too. Because some people want you to stay low. They will never give you certain tools and resources to do the things that they do. But when you just know it, it comes naturally. You can't act like you don't see who in it for money, who in it for this, who in it for that. You see it. You know, and that's why I just look at this whole thing with me. I feel like it was just a break. It was a reset. Because God wanted me to see certain things. You know, like everybody, you know, I was turning, like, if it was all about money for me, y'all, I was turning down cases. It was never always about money for me. Yes, money, you do need money to survive. But it wasn't always about money. I love doing this. It's like people and they being deceitful took the joy out of an easy job. It's not hard. People working in the wrong establishments and working with the wrong people and wrong team members make certain positions hard. It's not hard. That's why I like the home care, because it's a prevention. If you do what you're supposed to do to keep them in their home for as long as possible, you get what I'm saying, they'll be all right. But when you feel like the work is too much, then that's when you go and you look for assisted livings and nursing homes. But if you can keep somebody in their house, that is beautiful, because that is so many memories there. They know that place. A lot of people leave out their home and they don't make it. I just think that, like, I done worked in group homes, nursing homes, assisted livings, and the only thing them people be saying, and I had so many women, and y'all might hear me say this a lot, they be like, can you help me at home? That was like kind of how I was working for a home care agency. But that's kind of how I got my business idea, because a lot of them was like, I just want to go home. They did not want to be in them facilities. And they just didn't have nobody at home to help them, or they didn't have enough money to get the type of help that they needed. So, collective, my moral of the story is follow your heart. You know, don't do nothing if your heart not in it. Because now it ain't about, I feel like it's going back to what you know. You know how people like, it ain't about what you know, it's about who you know. Now it's going about what you know. Because half of these people ain't worth knowing. Because their names ain't even good out here. You know, so I'll build on you, collective. Build your business, whatever it is, small. If it was an idea, ain't no idea ain't no stupid idea. You know, that's how I look at it. But if you are a blessing in somebody's life to help them, you got to look at you when y'all in need. Y'all givers at heart. You somebody's eyes, ears, some of y'all mouth, arms, legs, depending on how far you go into it. You know, you gonna always get them blessings back. And I feel like that be the main thing too. Some of the jobs that y'all in, that's how y'all be knowing certain things through this spiritual awakening. You got to know you got to be able to read the room now. Like me going back into the work field is totally different from when I started my business. When I jumped out there and said I was done, and I held it down. You get what I'm saying? I was done. I was like, I ain't going back to work for nobody. You get what I'm saying? But look how things happen. And I had to. You know, ain't no shame in my game. But I refused to be sitting up there getting beat on, bullied, and just degraded for another person's legacy. That shit ain't gonna happen. I will be slow rolling it. Hey, that's just not gonna happen. Because you got to deal with too much. And it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I don't see how people switch up in these damn hoes. They be all type of way. Soon as the supervisor or the state come in, everybody want to get right. No, be you. That will make me look at fake people. I be like, can't nobody make me kiss nobody ass like that, because that person bleeds, sweat, and whatever just like you. And if you doing what you supposed to do, who cares? That's all I look at. Threatening me, bullying me, threatening me. You ain't even got to do all that, baby. You ain't got to do all that. And I done had that aviation. I love aviation. I ain't gonna lie. Hospitality, because I like to travel. But I always end up just like the heart for the medical field. But it's medical traveling. You know, they got medical nurses that fly out in the planes and stuff. So it's like, certain fields, collective, the doors will never, as long as you continue to kick them doors open, like, doors will never close for you. When you know how to maneuver through it. People will try to close them when they really feel like, you know, when they really sit back and be like, doing this, and I'd have done all this. They'll get in there, you know, then people get to ask questions. You know, but it's little old you. It's little old you. It's the little, you ain't nothing but a little singer. You ain't nothing but a little caregiver. You ain't nothing but a little home care aide. Little old you. You continue with your little old business and manage your little old business, collective. Because everything got to start. You was little, right? You was a baby, right? You grew. Keep growing.